I'm just gonna send out some notifications here. Give me a moment. All right. There we go. So the first thing I gotta do right now is get Chronolapse working, because previously, like, it keeps saving in the wrong directories. Chronolapse is the tool I use to make my time lapses for my dev logs, and I need to fix that. What am I working on today? Well, I want to fix some, like, the grass. I think the grass could look a little bit better. And then also I want to start working on game mechanics. Alright, so Chronolapse. So I wonder if the issue is that I've got Chronolapse in this directory. Well, first of all, I'm gonna just delete everything. Delete. Yes. All right. You love my work. Thank you. All right. So, where am I going? I think I wanna. Ooh. Oh, I think I know what the issue is. Yeah, I've got 2 instances of Chronolapse. That's the issue. And I need to run the one over here to save over here, I guess. How can I make a delay in Pygame without the program freezing? You create a variable that's just like a timer, and then add to it every frame, and then you can pause whatever you want during that time period without pausing everything. Or do you mean you actually want to pause everything? Because the reason why the Windows thinks that the program stops responding is because you're not taking input. So if you want it to think it's responding, you'll have to take input. So you can stop all other activities, but the only thing you have to keep is user input. Alright, so Chronolapse. No. I'm on the fence about upping this again. I've got enough space, I think. Where am I at on disk usage? Yeah, I can fit that. Alright, so yep, this is the issue, possibly. No, wait. It's this one. Hey, that's the right directory. So let's start it, I guess, and see if I get the right location. Did that work? Okay, that did work. So now that that's working, I can use Chronolapse. Can you write the code for timers? Well, I don't know what exactly you're trying to do, but no, I don't. I generally don't write code for people. Oh, I need to delete this too. And then I need to... Come on. I've got like... There it goes. I don't know why it's so slow on my SSD. So I'm gonna try and modify this grass. I'm gonna do it in MS Paint because it's not a whole lot. I like the colors. I don't like the pattern, it's too noisy. Okay, come on, I switched to off of the main Python ID, and then now everyone's, well, now people are concerned about Atom. But yeah, I'm just using Atom because it's like it's a text editor or whatever. I don't really care. I actually turned off autocomplete and stuff like that because it was annoying. I like text editors. Alright, so I'm gonna take this and copy it. The wood's fine, I think. So actually, you know what, I will do this in Sprite. File, open, up, sketch 2. And how is threading? You mean what is threading? Threading is splitting up your code into multiple processes. Well, not like processes on the operating system level, but well, it can be. But generally splitting up your code so you can do multiple things at once. And it may or may not be running on different cores. Alright. Oh, I need to turn on my drawing tablet too. Okay, so this grass is noisy. Gonna cop that. I missed. It's something I definitely do way faster in MS Paint, copying and pasting. Because this copying is sketchy because my hand shakes. So I'm just gonna get rid of this. And I'm going to convert all of this to one color for the time being. I don't want to lose the shape because that gives me the size boundaries on it. I'm going to start with the rocks. I want these rocks to be a little bit bigger, because before they looked like very noisy, much like the grass itself. There, that'll do it, I think. It'll look okay. Maybe I could add some patterns in here. Nah. Maybe there. No. I'm gonna round the rock right there a bit. Alright, so now time to get some better grass patterns. So my height for this thing, or the height limit, because I don't want to mess with the dimensions or else I'm going to have to redo the tile parameters. So the height, maximum height's going to be right there. So now I can get rid of this. I believe that's kind of like the height. I need to check that. Is this 20 by 20? 20 by 21, so that's 1 pixel too big actually. Anyways. Just gonna draw some leaves, I guess. I don't want it to go too high because yeah, because I've got the grass visual effects, the ones that actually interact with the player. I just want it to not look entirely flat. And then I'm gonna probably shade a little bit here. Just all right. And I'm gonna do these parts. I don't like that. Okay. Kind of meh on this so far. Maybe more like this. This shape right here is a bit off. I'm gonna add another blade going up right here. Still kind of mediocre. I think if I trim these down just a little bit so they're not protruding too much, it'll look better. I'm gonna get rid of this. There we go. I think that's better. I'm gonna add that. I don't know, that might be a little bit too big on scale. Okay, there's a lot of messages here. Why am I not using a game engine like Unity? I can make stuff faster this way. What palette is that? It's my own. I'm just throwing colors together. I'll probably adjust it later on. I actually have a script for doing that. Am I doing game dev? Yeah, I'm gonna do normal game dev stuff after I finish redoing these tiles. I'm gonna be actually working on game mechanics finally instead of visual effects. Do you plan on making tutorials for advanced stuff, surf arrays and such? I actually have not touched surf arrays. I'll probably cover things like the blit flags. I want to go more in depth on Perl and noise and world generation. I might do ray casting. And I've got a few other ideas too. Any advice for someone just starting to learn Python? Just make stuff, I guess. Anyways. I want to see what this looks like tiled, so I'm gonna take this. I keep missing. Why? It's like when I pick up, I think I just deselected instead of copying, come on. I think I drag left when I try and pick it up. Let's see what this looks like. That tile might be a little bit obvious there. I don't know. Might wanna... Yeah, I'm gonna redo the edge here. Okay, I think that's looking better. You know, I think I've got too many colors on the grass right now. maybe that would be better. I think I should add like a line going through here so that at all points there's some green on the surface. I think that'll look better. Gonna make the shadows a little bit deeper too. There we go. I'm not sure how I feel about this. You know, I could just swap this tile into the tile set and see how it looks. It'll look a bit weird, but yeah, I can do that. Export. Alright, so let's see how this looks. I need to take this tile. Come on. And dump it into here. Where is it? Ah. So it goes over here. And then I can save and see how this looks. I might just leave it and come at this another day. Do I have my key bindings right? Yeah, okay. You know what? I actually think I do like that. I think I like the new tile. It almost fits even with the other tiles. It just looks like different terrain almost. Alright, so yeah, I think I'll use this. I'm a little bit worried about the contrast between the VFX grass and then the tile grass, but it's fine for the time being. Oh, there's a lot of messages again. Is my code open source? All my, like, I always release my source, but the project right now is not open source yet. I plan on making it open source. And then, like, if people really like it, what I'm thinking I'm gonna do is that, like, I'll release the main game, and then I'll maybe make an extension that people could pay for if they really want to support me. Like, just more content. But, like, the main game's gonna be free and open source, or at least that's the plan. And no, I'm not paying. I'm not gonna sell it. You love my game. Thank you. Is that Ace right? Yep. Is RDR2 worth it? I'm not sure what that is. I guess talking about Discord. Alright. What's happening? I was just working on redoing some tiles. Why don't I use Game Engine? As I mentioned before, it's slower for making things. In this case, it would actually run faster performance-wise, but my issue is mostly just with performance, like with development speed. Okay. How's the development going? Good. The underground part is a bit repetitive. Like the tile set? Yeah. I haven't put hardly any decor, and I plan on a lot more. I've mostly just worked on the base VFX systems, and I can add more content later to fill in the environment. Okay, for this stuff, I'm gonna go kind of blocky. I think I have to be very careful about how many pixels this sticks out on the side. I think 20 by 24. Wait a second. That doesn't add up. This is... Oh. Yeah, it does. Never mind. So that's 22 pixels. How many is this one across? I got 21 pixels. So I cannot go this far. Gotta work with that. Alright. Now I gotta shade this. Once I do this one, I can copy it across. You might be able to sneak in a bit of that in there. Almost looks like a vine. Maybe we could just cross this over. And that's too much. There we go. I think that will look fine. So now I have to add a rock right there. And then something else right there. That's the same pattern as the other one. I can't have that. That'll be fine. Might want to stretch this one up a bit so that there's a little bit of a hole there. I'm not sure how I feel about that. That corner doesn't look very rounded. Could get that more rounded. There we go. That's better. Okay, so I can now just take this, move it over. Why is my... Do I have enough space on with just this? Someone told me how to flip this before, but I don't remember how. So I just do this. Because I'm lazy. I think I've got to go one more. There we go. And then... Oh, I lined that up wrong, didn't I? Oh, no, that's right. For some reason, I just messed that up. Anyways, so that's 3 tiles. Alright, is Pygame essentially a graphics library? Yes, it is. It's a wrapper for SDL. Okay, does anyone know some really fun, cool Python beginners projects? I mean, games are good. There's all sorts of things you can make, but like the games are the most straightforward one in terms of coming up with ideas. For a lot of the other ones, you're just gonna end up copying people, and then you don't learn too much doing that. How to make my level designer in Pygame? It's just an interface from a chunk system, so it just has the ability to place tiles at certain locations and remove them, and it has a couple other features like selection and things. How did you learn game dev? Do I have any formal education? No. Well, I took like one class, or no, I've taken 3 computer science classes, and like I'm majoring in computer science, but I haven't used anything from any of my classes. Everything I actually use is self-taught. I learned game dev by just doing. How old am I? 18? I mean 19. You love my work, thank you. How long have I been working on Python/game dev? 7 years. But yeah, I learned through practice pretty much. To flip horizontally, Shift H and Shift V. Okay. Yeah, that sounds familiar now. Alright, so time to get these other tiles. The other tiles are going to be easier, in theory. Come on, why can't I select properly? My hand's too shaky. Too much Beat Saber. Come on, hand. So now I gotta get rid of all of these. I'm actually not gonna put one sticking out right there. I think I can safely touch the edge. I'm always a bit concerned about making objects that I draw on my tiles touch the edge. In theory, you should be doing it a lot, because it makes your tiles look more connected and less like a tile. But it can lead to some weird stuff if you do it on bordering tiles. Can I do that? I can probably get away with that. Actually, I think it would look better like that. Alright, so that's actually it for that tile. So now I just copy so Shift H. There we go. That's good. And then I can just copy the middle tile. And then the bottom tile is very easy. It's just gonna be... Actually, I'm just gonna copy... or nah, that's fine. Hey, this already naturally kind of fits in. Just gotta do that. And then copy. Flip. The bottom tile is gonna be the same. I'm thinking I wanna have a tile that like partially crosses. Like, it looks fine if it doesn't cross. And then need to mirror it over here. So like that and that. Am I doing this right? It's like, there we go. I want that to look more connected. And then I can connect it right here without looking too odd. I think. Did I line that right up right? Yeah. So, do another one right here. And then I can do that. These ones will always be connected, I think. So that's safe. So many messages again. Oh, there's 68 people watching. That's insane. Okay. Have I tried doing online games? Yes, and I'm actually considering going back at that again after I finish this game. Although that might be like a year from now. I don't know. How am I so good at pixel art? I don't think I'm that good. If you look through my Twitter and look through the people I follow, there's people that are a lot better than me. Although I've definitely improved a lot from where I started, and that just happened through doing pixel art. It's just kind of how art goes. Also, in general, don't be afraid to reference off of other people's work. You can develop your own style by combining other people's style, which is what happened to me. I've been programming for around 6 years and mostly in HTML5 to make games with it. Okay, cool. I thought that was the question. Do you use a PC or a pen to draw? And can you explain why you use that specific hardware instead of the other? Okay, so sometimes I use my mouse and sometimes I use my drawing tablet. My drawing tablet's fine for doing, like when I'm drawing for longer periods. If I'm just doing some quick changes, I'll use my mouse. And I've only recently started really using my drawing tablet. For a while I was just using it for backgrounds, and then before that I didn't even have a drawing tablet, which was just like last year, I think. So pretty much everything I've released I've drawn with a mouse. It's just, I'm just now starting to use drawing tablets. Could you make... Oh, scroll just went weird. Could you make your old tile set public if you're going to change the grass tile set? I mean, I'll probably, like, I generally leave my sketching files in the source code, so people can just go and look if they want. So like when I release the game, it'll probably still be there. Is there a particular reason as to why you opted rectangles instead of cubes? Wait, for what? Huh? Well, these are like squares. They're slightly off, but like the grid shape is square. There's just, I have offset configurations for the tiles, and so it'll fit it into that square and it'll offset it, so it'll overlap with other tiles if I place in a tile in the area that it's offset into. So like this tile has like grass sticking out the top, so if I place a tile on top of it, the grass would be covering part of it. Just reading comments right now. The YouTube chat thing keeps glitching out and it keeps teleporting me to the bottom while I'm trying to scroll. How do I export the pixel art? It's just file export and then save as PNG. Do you have some tips for getting good frame rates in Pygame? Only show what's on screen. That's the main one. And then also convert your images. There's a function on surfaces, it's .convert, and it converts the I think the data to just a form that renders quickly. How can I change the background of a program for 5 seconds without the program freezing? Again, it's hard to tell what you're saying exactly. Alright, so now I just have to combine these tiles to get the tiles I was missing. Well, the last two tiles. Come on. My hand's still too shaky. Come on. Why? Let's see how this looks. I think I'm gonna get rid of this. It won't line up well. I want these things to be slightly different, so I'm just gonna add a few pixels here and there. So it's not too obvious what I'm doing here. I'm going to use my mouse for copying this time, because I don't want to mess this up. Oh, I also have to do the diagonal tiles after this. Will this tile, well, that's good enough. I see messages in the corner of my eye. Alright, I think that's good enough. I want to smooth out the grass here though, that's looking kind of sketchy. Alright, I think I'm because there's just too many people to keep up with the messages and actually get stuff done. At some point, this is just gonna turn into a Q&A if I keep reading all of the messages. So I'm probably just gonna look periodically and look at the last few. So, will I make an actual game out of this? Yes. And I will release the base framework I used for this, which is very good for doing very large scale worlds, even infinite, and still getting good performance. Alright, so now I just have these ramp pieces. Oh, and this middle section. Middle section's gonna be easy. Oh, the middle section runs into the same issue as the bottom section, where I can't use that tile crossing rock. Is this Mr. Dungeon? Oh yeah, it is. Okay. I suspect this is Red Rescue Team or Blue Rescue Team. What is this? Oh no, it's not. Okay. Alright, so I gotta take off the ones on the ends, and then that piece is done. So now it's just the ramp. Ramps are annoying. Like, because the leaves, like, I'm used to drawing leaves straight up, and my ramps just never look good because of that. So I'm actually just going to take this middle piece and start from scratch, instead of making it out of another tile. At least I don't have to draw one of these, and I can just flip it. Alright. So, thank goodness that's a tool. So, this is in. Imagine running into an April Fool's song in the background music. Okay, I'm not sure what the height limit is on these ramps, so I gotta figure that out. Oh, these are 20 by 20. So I actually can't go up at all. Actually, depending on how I did it. 20 by 20. Oh, okay, so I can just draw in here. I hear Megalovania now. Nice. Yeah, this is where, yeah, I don't know how to do these ramp things, because it's always just, the grass is awkward to do. Alright, I'm gonna shade it and then probably redefine the shape afterwards, because I'm not sure about this. Hey, that doesn't look too bad. That actually does fit. So I think I'll keep that shape. Just draw the rocks now. A big rock there and a big rock here. And then that'll be it for that. So now I can just copy and paste. Shift H. And that's that. So export. Yay. Should be able to put away my drawing tablet now. Now I have to regenerate my main tile set sprite sheet. Because I swapped out a lot of tiles there and I don't want to put them in by hand. First, let's make sure this is all here. And it is. My characters have a weird stance. Okay, so I have my... Actually, I need to open up a reference of the main order. So this is the order that I have to keep in mind when generating the new tile set. So if I go over here, I've got my sprite sheet generation function. So that's going to go prototype, data, images, sketch, export.png, and then I can start adding tiles. So it goes top left, I believe I press R, middle, top right, side, bottom. I think it's going like this. And then middle, then this wooden plank, then this one. This one. That one. This one. This one. And then that ramp and that one. I can press G and then that looks about right. So I can press S and it'll save. And then I can just dump it in. Alright, that's the new tile set. I'm gonna save this as an old one. That's my YouTube directory. Or did I... The images. I think this is it. I'm gonna go save tile set old. Don't want to lose it. And then go to that, add tile sets, paste, and then I get all the new ones. Let's see how this looks, the moment of truth. Hey, that's pretty good. Okay. I'm not... What's going on there? That's from the tile above. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure why that... Oh, those pixels are there. Hold on. So, something has like a 1 pixel tall stripe in it. Oh. Yeah, these do need to be removed, probably. Where's the other one? There we go. Can't be having that. It doesn't flow well, but I think the rock pattern is a little bit distracting visually. And maybe the grass looks a little bit dull now. I'm a little bit curious what happens if I swap the grass with the yellow grass. I don't know. I can't figure out if this is a color issue or not. Something just looks a little bit tacky to me. Also, the alignment's not quite looking right. I can tell something's off. What's everyone else thinking of this? Okay, I'm guessing that this hasn't gotten to you guys yet because of stream delay. It's probably like on a minute of delay or something, I don't know. So I'm gonna pull up an image of the old version for comparison. I could have an image in here. Oh, I don't have an image. So I've only got GIFs to reference. Come on. Yeah, now that I'm looking at it, I think I like the way that the rocks were kind of connected on the old pattern. Have I ever thought of switching to Godot or Unity? Not for 2D stuff. I want to keep using Python for 2D stuff. I'll probably switch to Godot if I do 3D stuff, which I'll probably get into with VR at some point. So I need to... I think part of the issue is the color, and then also I want these rocks to be more connected. So just like this or something. Alright, so I think I'm wondering if this is gonna look noisy again. Because you don't want the ground itself to be visually distracting. I might leave the bottom parts as they currently are. Definitely want to connect these a bit. And then connect the main one right here. And maybe this. Alright, so time to see what I can do with this color here. So it definitely needs to be more yellow and brighter. I don't know if this might be a bit too saturated. That's too saturated, definitely too saturated. Okay, I like that color combination. I'm not sure if it's gonna fit with the game, but I really like this color combination. So I'll give it a shot and see what happens. Oh, these also need to be joined. And that can just be copied over. Let's see what it looks like now. Okay, definitely need to fix the bottom tiles. I thought I could leave those and get away with that, but it can work. I can make that work, actually, yeah. I like the less rocks on the bottom. And I do like the new green. Looks a little bit dirty. Might want to saturate it a little bit. I don't know, or brighten it. Doesn't quite match the trees. So I need to go in here and fix that. That's the main thing that's throwing off my bottom tiles. Other than that, I think that's good. Oh, the corner tiles need to be fixed. What is that? That's not good. You can see that that doesn't look right either. So yeah, these need to go away. That can't be happening. Around those edges a bit. Now, in this middle tile, I want this to point more in this direction, because when it was pointing over and like down to the right, it was implying that there would be more ground in that direction, like on the right side, and there isn't always. So actually, I'm just gonna get rid of that like that. I think that's mostly better. I forgot. Maybe there's something else. Not bad. Getting better. I want to fix the grass color. It's a little bit dull. So I don't know if I think the hue might be part of the issue. I think I might have gotten a little bit too far. Alright, this is section, and then this section. Contrast might be a little bit sharp here, but I like it for the time being. I might go and tweak it a little bit later, but for now I think it looks fine. Alright, so what have people been saying? On your last video, I said use time and do math for FPS. Yeah, you can do it with the Pygame clock, but that is more restrictive. Because like what I'm doing right now, it's not, that wouldn't work with what I'm doing right now. If I use that the clock.get FPS, I would just get 60. The way I'm measuring it now is I'm measuring theoretical FPS too, which is useful for tweaking things without actually going as fast as possible. Alright. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this look. I think I do need more variants of the tile, the main tile here. Yeah, you can tell it's repeating. You can really tell it's repeating. But I think overall it looks better. Let me pull up my reference again. This one will do. There we go, so people can see. I walked inside the house. Go outside. Okay. I don't know. I feel like the other one does make the game look more detailed, but this one's more clean. And I'm not sure which one I like. Like, I definitely like the clean style personally, but I think some people might think the old tile set looks better. I don't know. I think I'm just gonna go with what I like, which is this. Is my FPS dropping? Wait, if I go down here, do I have... I might be... Oops, I fell. I might be... It's dropping? Yeah, that's dropping. My particles are probably not getting deleted. I need to look into that. I thought I fixed that issue. So, where's that gonna be? I think... What am I doing to determine if particles improve? Oh, it's like a duration thing. Isn't it? Oh, you know what? I did mess with the particle durations, and I might have broken the part that triggers their removal. Yeah. So... Yep, this is the issue. I think I can safely comment that out. I think that was being the issue. So now I just gotta sit here and see if I'm still lagging or not. My FPS is tanking, but it just might be because there's more particles. Come on, when's the wind gonna stop? The wind... So it is going down, but I do need to wait and see what happens when the wind stops. I think the FPS is recovering now. It's hard to tell. Yeah, it's going up again. I can reset it. Okay, so it looks like I'm in the clear now. Oh, whoa. Did someone just... What is the... Is that... Did someone just, donate? What is this? It says sec 10.0. Well, 10.00. Is that... I can't tell if that's, is that a donation? In a currency that I don't recognize? Wait, let me see. Swedish krona is what I'm seeing. So that's $1. Thank you. I believe that's my first donation. New is better, that's good. Make them less round, the rocks. Oh, you don't like the rocks in this one. I might tweak that. Is it okay to use imports for effective modularization? Yeah, that's how it works. Alright, so what engine or framework is using the video? I'm using the Pygame graphics library, and then I'm using my own framework, which will probably be released when I finish this game. Alright, so next up is mechanics. So, okay, it's time to say what the main mechanics for this game are, look what I'm planning on at least. So I'm thinking that the main mechanic is going to be that you collect items and you fight by throwing them, basically. So you'll have a heavy item, which you can't lose, really. And then you have lighter items, which are consumables, and you can collect items from your environments. Like, the first one I'm going to do is like wheat grains, which you can find over here. Yeah, they'll be consumable, and they'll do a little bit of damage. And then I'm also planning on like things like maybe trading or shops or something where you can buy more. I think in the long run, like combat-wise, I'm thinking most of the combat or at least most of the significant combat, will be boss fights. Other than that, I'm thinking of making the combat like super easy. Like maybe you like the enemies that aren't the bosses will probably be like super easy or something like that, and you can use them to collect resources, and then like all the resources you're collecting will probably go towards boss fights. Maybe, I don't know. I kind of want to work really hard on some boss fights because I haven't really done boss fights before. I kind of did one, I think, like a long time ago, like 4 years ago. Throwable sheep. Yes. I think I'll put in a sheep you can pick up, maybe. Or maybe you can buy it off of someone. Alright. Is there any better way to make Pygame just run faster and better? Yeah, you convert your images using .convert. And then... what else? Oh yeah. Only show what's on screen, pretty much. You gotta... If you're doing tile-based games, it's really important to organize your data so that you can access it quickly for showing what's on the screen. Anyways, I'm trying to think what I should do first here, and just in general the overall system for spawning the things you find in the environments. Oh, come on, YouTube's saying that my internet's not good enough for streaming and that you guys are gonna get some buffering. Great. Alright, so... yeah, okay, I think I'm gonna start with creating the grains themselves. I think I'm gonna have like a folder with a bunch of images in it, where the folder is just for the items that you can collect for combat. So the first one's just probably going to be just a single pixel for the wheat grains, which I'll spawn right here. I think what I'll do is have a persistent, I won't do this right off the bat, but I'll probably have a persistent system for keeping track of what resources are available where, because I don't want it so that you can like walk inside the house and walk out and grab more grains and then just go back in. Oh, that's a bug, I need to fix that. And then collect again. So yeah, I'll need to do something about that. I don't want that. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, €5. Thank you. Don't do the same mistake I did. What? The chat is gonna murder me. Why is the chat gonna murder me? Is it possible to write a script, let's say for an item in a separate script, and then import it to the main script? Yes. You're going to have to set up your stuff properly, though. You're probably gonna want like an item system or something like that, but yeah, like I'll probably have a system like that in this game. Anyway, so I'm gonna get straight into making the items. So items, and then for the wheat, it's just gonna be 1 pixel. Did you throw some wheat in here? My wheat's not in here. So I actually have to go over here, I think. Where's my wheat? Oh, this is my wheat. That's my wheat color, I think. Is it? Alright. Here it is. I want this color here. So, resize this 1 pixel. Boop. And then this will be my wheat. The wheat grains are going to be really small, but there's going to be an indicator telling you that you're near Y1 and you can pick it up. So, wheat grain. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to convert the, like for name, like showing the names in games, in the game, I'm going to replace the underscores with a space, and then uppercase all of the first letters probably. And then I'll probably have to write scripts for these. Oh, I should probably write a properties thing. So, what properties does this thing have? Actually, for the time being, I'm not going to touch that. Yeah, I'm gonna make some spawners. So that's gonna go over here because this is the tile set that my level editor uses. So I'm just going to copy this one. And I'm gonna name this item spawners. I'm probably gonna group these by integers. I don't want to sort through like 5 million of them. Alright, so I do not have the main wheat color in here. I'm gonna have to go back over to the main tile set to grab it. I'm gonna put just like a wheat image in this box because I don't want to use letters like I use for everything else. Like this is a climbing tile in marks where the player can climb, and I don't want the item spawns to be marked by letters or else I'm gonna run out of letters. Let me move it. So that's gonna be the wheat spawner. So in order to import this properly, well, first I'm gonna add a thing for tracking the items. So where's the thing I'm looking for? So self dot item spawners. I need to make a lot of the stuff in this specific file more modular. I've got a few too many things in here. My level script is basically just the main script. I don't know. Okay, so I need to find my config file. It's in here somewhere. Config. So I'm gonna add a new line because this is getting out of hand. Can I like item spawners 0 and then 0y 0x, and that'll be my wheat grain spawner. What does convert do? I mentioned this before, but it converts the way the data is stored into a way that renders quicker. You thought I was older than you? How do you see in other languages? Is this a conversation that I haven't been paying attention to? Yeah, it looks like it is. Anyways. Back to this. So, I need to... I need a collection of entities. Where's the... No, this is not the right entity script. That's the... I need this one, I think. Base entity? Entity manager. This is what I'm looking for. So... self dot items, I'm thinking. I do need to set up these to get cleared though. I'm gonna add a function for set entities. This is just going to reset any entity list I've got so it's empty. So Where is it? So there's a level load script, well, function, load map. So self.game.entities.reset entities will reset all of the entities in here. I think that's what it referred to it as. It is, yeah, entities. Okay. So now I just need to add to that list, which is down here. So if item type dat 0 dot split underscore 0, or wait, no, it's gonna have to be the first two. I think I did that right. Yeah, is item spawners. Or wait, no, it's gonna have to be underscore dot join. Oh wait, no, that's JavaScript, isn't it? I don't remember. I'm mixing up JavaScript and Python, I think. Am I? Python join. Oh no. Okay, yeah, I was doing it right. Join. And then it's item spawners. So what that's doing is, oh, I need that. So the item spawners have the name item underscore spawners underscore 0 or underscore 1, etc. And I just want to take the first two sections, the first two words, and see what those are, so I can match by that. This is looking through the names of the tiles, and handling them as special cases for level loading. So self.game.entities. I'm gonna make a spawn item thing. I probably need to make a specific item script, but I'm not gonna do that yet. I'll probably move everything else later. So spawn item. So, and then I don't know what properties it's gonna need. I guess just type and location. So self.items.append. I can add other stuff on here if I need to. Type. Oh, the items will have to collide with the map. So I need to optimize that, or I'm gonna have chaos. Type location. Actually, I'm gonna go with position. It's location. So dot spawn item. Type in location. So I believe if I, oh wait, no, that's not in here. So I want a system where it knows what to spawn. So I'm gonna do item list, or no, I'm gonna call it item index, and then it'll be like 0 is going to be grain. No, wheat, grain. So item index, and then I can take item, and then I type data. 1 is the Y position on the tile set. So for the wheat grain, that's going to be 0, which, like I specified in here, is 0, and that's associated with wheat grain. So that'll give it the type of wheat grain. And then the position will just be the position of the tile. Oh wait, no, that's just spawning items. I need to... Oops, that's not what I'm supposed to be doing at all. I need to generate a item spawner here. Actually, this is an interesting situation, because I want items to be able to spawn globally without the player being there. I might just set it up so it has to have been loaded at least once to work. So maybe I wouldn't clear this item spawners thing. I don't know, I'll figure that out later. I just want to get this working. So self.item spawners append. And then I can add the type, which is actually going to, I'm going to pass that into here. And then the location. So that's going to be the tile's location. So item, I'm actually going to have to do chonker dot revert position item. So I'm going to take this, and then I want to be able to see my what spawns here. So I'm going to print out my list of things spawned. So print self.item spawners, so I can see what's going on. Alright, so what's going on in the chat? Not seeing any questions really. How do I convert all the images if I have a list of images? You iterate through them and run convert on them. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna see if I got my... Oh, it's an empty list. Oh, that makes sense. Oh, I need to, like, actually add some in the level. Duh. So, level editor time. I could make them spawn in the house just for looking at them. Actually, I'm gonna do that for testing purposes. I'm just gonna spawn these things in the house. I'm not sure. I feel like, yeah, these should probably be only spawning when you're not looking. Whoa, I did not mean to do that. Spawners. Oh, is it? Did it make me... I think I see what happened. Yeah, that I need to fix that as a bug. So there's gonna be a one spawner right there. It's gonna spawn wheat in the air. Data, maps. Wait. Why do I have... I thought I copied the wrong thing. I need that. Data, maps. Delete you. This is my new house. One with wheat spawner. Okay, so now I should see, and it crashed, cool. So, okay, yeah, I see what the issue is. Oops. Oops. I think it's gonna need more information than that. I'm just gonna make a class here. And I'm gonna, while I'm at it, I'm gonna make the item folder. New folder. Items. New file. Item spawners.py. So, class, item, spawner, definite, self. It's gonna need a type, or a type. I don't want to use type like that because type is a built-in function. I shouldn't be doing that, yeah. I'll just call it spawner type and location. And self.type equals spawner type, so I'm not messing with that built-in function. Self.location, or I'm gonna do position equals location. Self. Has spawned equals. I'm gonna do waiting to spawn equals true, and like I said, false when it's done, so it spawns something. And def attempt spawn self. Oh, this does need a pointer to the game. Equals game. So this needs to be item spawner self.game, and then I can close that. For now I'm just gonna pass on that. I just want to get these in. And I'll print out self.type, self.position. Okay, item spawner, that looks good. Gonna comment this out. Then from data.scripts.items import, or no, the items.item spawners import items spawner. Alright, need to do this. Wheat grain, and it got the position. Nice. So the item spawners will need access to the tile size, which is in the configuration. So from data.scripts.config import star. So I will need like a table of configs for these things. But for now, I'm just going to hardcode this as if random.randint 100 is 1, and then if self.waiting to spawn, so if it hasn't spawned yet, basically, and then if that comes out as 1, then I need to check if I'm outside of the player's view. Actually, I'm not going to mess with that for now. So we'll just write check if outside of view. Alright, so actually, I'm gonna mark this as to do. And then if it is self.game.entity.manager.spawn item and type location. Type or self.type. I'm gonna do item. Wait, does this not know that it's my IDE doesn't seem to know it's a built-in function, huh? Well, I guess Adam's more of a text editor. So the type and then self.position, or I'm gonna do spawn position equals self.position.copy. And then spawn position, or the position 0 plus equals random.randint 0 to tile size. And then can do that for a Y. And then that becomes spawn position. So I can get rid of that. I just need to make sure it doesn't crash. Cool. So I'm going to add something here so I know when it spawns. Self.items. Alright, what's going on in the chat? So you guys are talking about some other stuff. Okay, time to see if this is working. So in theory, I should get a message. Oh, I'm not calling the update on the item spawners. So for item spawner in self.item spawners item spawner dot attempt spawn I think that'll do it. Random is not defined. Import random. Game has no object entity manager. Alright, that's gonna be entities instead. I'll keep spawning. I need to turn that off. So self.waiting to spawn equals false. So it tried to spawn one. So in theory it's there. Now I just need to render. Self.items, or wait, no, self.update items. And then define update items self for item in self.items. I'm gonna pass because I need to set up the thing that pulls in the grain image, wheat grain. So yeah, I need to load all of these. That goes in my assets script. So where did I put this? I'll put it at the bottom. Self dot. What would this be? Self dot item images equals. I'm not sure if there's a good way to automatically assign it, so I'll just do a normal for loop. So for item in os.list. Do I have OS in here? Yeah. I'm gonna write a function for this actually. Def load items self path, and then I can just do self.load items and then data images items path, and then I can items equals that. Image equals self.load image. Where's that function? So it's just path and color key. So I do path plus / plus item. I think that'll do it. Dot convert. Oh no, it is converted automatically. Items, item, dot split. That's gonna take off the file extension. Oh no, that is the file extension. So 1, no, 0. That's what I want. Equals image. That copy. Return items. That'll do it. So now I can just do print self dot item images. Couldn't open. Oh, I got the path in there twice. Excuse me. Wait, where's my /? Oh, okay. I wonder if... Normally I thought this just gave me the file name. Data, images... What's going on here? Oh, you know what it is? I think I set up a default directory in here. So... the path is actually just going to be items. So I've decided to go with object-oriented finally. Right. Like, my decision to use object-oriented programming depends on the scale of the project. In this project, it's useful, but like in my game jam projects, it's not. Alright. You going to sleep? Good night. Yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream in a bit after I finish this wheat grain. I just want to see it spawn, and then next up I'll work on being able to pick it up. Anyways. Cannot find path specified items. Oh, it... Data, images, equals path. What? Hold on. Oh, looks like I appended that to the wrong spot. It goes here. There we go. Finally got that working. Normally it doesn't take me that long to get that things working. So for the item and the items, I need to render it. So self.game.window.display.bullet self.game.assets.item images item type. I think that's the image, and then the location will be item position 0 minus self.game.level.scroll 0. I think it is item position 1 game.level.scroll 1. I think that's it. Come on. Oh, there's my one grain. I don't even know if you guys can see in the screen. Well, in the stream. But there's 1 pixel of wheat right there. Yeah, next up would be to make it to like fall and interact with the environment. So first off, I'm just gonna make it fall. Ooh, items need to have their own weights, but I'm gonna hard code it for now. So it needs to update before it renders. So item position the items do need to have a velocity. 0, 0. So that's going to be velocity 1 equals minimum item velocity 1 plus 0. This is gravity. Item. Wait, no. Maximum gravity. Probably 1.5 pixels. So that's just adding the gravity, and then item position 1 equals item velocity 1, and then I gotta do the same thing for Y. That should do it. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I went spawn quick. And it falls again. Okay, that works. So, I'm just reading the chat real quick. Why'd I have to stream this time? I'm guessing Chief is in India, maybe? I know that a lot of viewers over there. Unfortunately, I can't stream at a time for everyone. I think the best I can do is just streaming in the morning and my time. But then the people on the West Coast can't watch, so maybe noon? There's maybe like 1 hour there where everyone can watch. Is this open source? I will make it... Well, I don't know if I'll have an open source license, but I will release the source. This is on Pygame? Yes, this is Pygame. Any tips on pixel art? Just practice. Start on small resolutions with restricted palettes and work your way up. Alright, so I think I'm gonna end the stream here. I've been streaming for an hour and 40 minutes. Yeah, so I'm gonna stop the time lapse. Where did my chrono lapse go? Chrono lapse, what are you doing? But yeah, next up I'm gonna have to add physics to the items, probably modularize it a bit more, and then make it so you can pick them up, throw them, etc. Add an inventory and stuff like that. But for the time being, I'm done, I think. Yeah, I'll be ending the stream here. Hopefully you guys will watch my next streams and my devlogs. See ya.